Okay, besties, we need to have a real talk. This is officially my last Red Bull video. And before you panic, hear me out. Over the past few months of diving deep into energy drinks, I've learned so much about responsible consumption, and honestly, I discovered some game-changing natural alternatives that might just blow your mind. So grab your favorite drink, whether it's your usual Red Bull or that green tea you're secretly sipping, because we're about to get real about energy, health, and finding what actually works for your body. You know, when I started this Red Bull series, I thought I was just going to talk about flavors and caffeine content, but here's what happened. I started paying attention to how my body actually responded to different energy sources, and it completely changed my perspective. Like, I'm not anti-Red Bull, but I am pro knowing what you're putting in your body and having options. Because here's the thing, energy shouldn't come with a crash, anxiety, or that 3 a.m. Why did I drink that at 6 p.m. regret? Am I right? Let's start with the facts, because I love you too much to just give you my opinion without backing it up. Red Bull contains 80 milligrams of caffeine per 8.4-ounce can, and the European Food Safety Authority concluded that up to 400 milligrams per day, equivalent to 5 Red Bull cans, doesn't raise safety concerns for healthy adults. But here's where it gets interesting, and where I had my aha moment. It's not just about the caffeine limit. Studies show that Red Bull significantly increases blood pressure and heart rate, particularly in people who don't regularly consume caffeine. So if you're not a regular caffeine consumer, even one can might hit you harder than you expect. And can we talk about timing for a hot second? Caffeine's effects can last between 4 to 6 hours, which explains why that afternoon Red Bull was keeping me up at midnight. Math, people. We need to do the math. Look, I'm not here to scare you, but I'm here to keep it real. Long-term heavy use may affect cardiovascular health, with studies linking high caffeine and sugar intake to increased risk of heart disease. Plus, the acidity and sugar in Red Bull can lead to tooth decay and enamel erosion. But here's what I wish someone had told me earlier. You don't have to choose between energy and health. There's this whole world of natural alternatives that can give you sustained energy without the potential downsides. And some of them, they're backed by just as much science as the energy drinks we're used to. Okay, this is where things get exciting. Remember when I mentioned natural alternatives? I'm about to introduce you to your new best friend, Beetroot. I know. It sounds like something your health-obsessed aunt would suggest. But stick with me. Research suggests that supplementing with beetroot increases the amount of time it takes for athletes to get tired during exercise. But it's not just for athletes. Studies show beetroot supplementation can speed recovery from post-workout muscle soreness and support immune health, reduce inflammation, and protect cells from damage. The magic ingredient? Nitrates. These naturally occurring compounds help your body produce nitric oxide, which improves blood flow and oxygen delivery. It's like giving your cardiovascular system a gentle upgrade, rather than shocking it with a caffeine bomb. So what does this look like in real life? I've been experimenting for weeks, and here are my go-to swaps. For morning energy, instead of reaching for a Red Bull, I've been doing fresh fruit smoothies with beetroot powder. Sounds weird, but it tastes amazing. The natural sugars give you that immediate energy, while the beetroot provides sustained endurance. For afternoon slumps, I discovered that a handful of almonds with an apple gives me more stables energy than any energy drink ever did. And if I need something more substantial, green tea with a piece of dark chocolate hits different. You get the caffeine boost without the crash. Here's my favorite discovery though, homemade energy balls. Dates, nuts, a tiny bit of beetroot powder, maybe some cacao for that chocolate fix. They're sweet, they're energizing, and they don't make me feel jittery or guilty. Now, if you're someone who needs the convenience of a supplement, let's talk about what actually works. B vitamins are crucial for energy metabolism. They help your body convert food into actual usable energy, rather than just giving you a temporary spike. Beetroot supplements are having a moment, and for good reason. There's growing interest in beetroot's potential as a health-promoting and disease-preventing functional food. You can find them in powder form, capsules, or even as concentrated shots. But here's my honest opinion. Whole foods first, supplements second. Your body processes and uses nutrients better when they come from real food sources. Plus, you get fiber, antioxidants, and other beneficial compounds that you miss in isolated supplements. Here's what I've learned through this whole journey. Sustainable energy isn't about finding the perfect drink or supplement. It's about understanding what your body actually needs. Sometimes you're not tired because you need caffeine. You're tired because you're dehydrated, or stressed, or you skipped lunch. I started tracking how I felt with different energy sources, and the patterns were so clear. Real food gave me longer-lasting energy. Staying hydrated prevented those mid-afternoon crashes. Getting enough sleep meant I didn't need to rely on external energy sources as much. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Now, if you're not ready to give up Red Bull completely, and honestly, you don't have to, here are my responsible consumption guidelines. Stick to 1 can per day max. Time it right. Not after 2 p.m. if you want to sleep before midnight. Don't drink it on an empty stomach. And please don't use it as a meal replacement or your only source of morning energy. Most importantly, listen to your body. If you're feeling jittery, anxious, or having trouble sleeping, it's time to reassess. You know what's been the most surprising part of this whole experiment? Realizing that I had more natural energy available than I thought. When I started prioritizing sleep, eating regular meals, and staying hydrated, I needed way less external energy support. The goal isn't to demonize energy drinks, it's to use them as tools rather than crutches. Sometimes you need that quick boost, and that's okay. But having a toolkit of natural alternatives means you always have options. As we wrap up this Red Bull series, I want you to know, whatever energy source you choose, make it a conscious choice. Whether that's sticking with your favorite energy drink, switching to natural alternatives, or finding some combination that works for you, own it. Your energy levels affect everything. Your mood, your productivity, your relationships, how you show up in the world. That's worth paying attention to, don't you think? I'm so curious about your energy journey. Drop a comment and let me know, are you Team Red Bull for life? Ready to try some beetroot experiments or somewhere in between? What's your biggest energy challenge throughout the day? And if you found this helpful, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe for more Real Talk wellness content, and share this with anyone who might need to hear it. Remember, beautiful humans' energy is your birthright. You don't have to choose between feeling good now and feeling good later. There are ways to honor both, and you deserve to find what works for your unique, amazing body. Until next time, keep shining bright. Peace sign.